Yeah, okay, I prefer the red one. Excellent. Okay, let me greet them. Do some opening. Okay, here. Okay. 各位媒体朋友，大家早安！非常谢谢，欢迎大家今天参加今天的这个记者会。我们今天很荣幸，我们今天举行的记者会是跟我们大家都熟悉的这个布拉格市的市长这个贺吉普先生来举行记者会。Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming to our press conference. We have this great honor. There was this press conference, for our mayor of the city of Prague, Mrs. Zdeněk Hřib. And actually, we all know about him. He lived in Taiwan, and so for him, it's mostly like a welcome home. So. Okay, so I know we have a lot of questions, but first I will, invite Mr. Mayor maybe to say a few words about how do you feel about coming back to Taiwan. Any messages you'd like to say to people of Taiwan? Thank you. 来，这边要不要翻译一下？呀，我们先请这个市长来为我们讲几句话。
Well, thank you very much for the introduction. Well, this is my second time here on an official visit as a mayor. Originally, the trip was initiated by our ex-president of the Czech Senate, Jaroslav Kubera, who unexpectedly passed away in January 2020. And it is my honor to be part of the delegation. However, I'm only one member, one of the participants, and I'm not in the position of commenting on the reasons or circumstances of the whole delegation, because the program is set by the Czech Senate and it's led by Miloš Vystrčil, as well as the whole delegation. However, my program will be and was slightly different from the rest of the delegation, and I'm looking forward to meet the representatives of the Taipei city. As you might know, we had signed the sister city agreement in January this year. And of course, I can comment on why I decided to accept the invitation of the Czech Senate. Because through this visit, I would like to support the intensification of the mutual relationship between Taipei and Prague. And it's also an opportunity to discuss the key priorities of future intercity cooperation. And I believe after the global pandemic of coronavirus is over, we will get back to it with even more intensity. Because I believe we can exchange knowledge in many fields. For example, the smart cities, the ecological transport, sustainable development, and so on. And I will be really glad and happy to share our experience from Prague with the Taipei city.
Okay, shall we have a translation, Mr. Hřib? 哦，我们需要不要翻译成中文？好，好，我们请 Jenny 简单翻译。
非常感谢那个发言人的介绍。那此次是我第2次以市长的身份正式来访问台湾。那此行呢，其实我们本来是由这个前参议院的议长柯佳洛来发起的一个活动，但是很不幸的他在1月22号的时候逝世。那本人非常荣幸有这个机会能够成为这个代表团此次来台的成员之一。那不过这次我也只是我们访团的其中一位团员，这个主要本团相关的问题以及活动，还有这个来台原因中间的缘由，都是由这个参议院跟参议长这边来主导。不过这次来台湾还是非常的开心，那也很期待要跟台北市政府的团队见面。特别是今年我们在1月的时候，台北市跟布拉格市签下了这个姐妹市的协议。那所以今天这一次来台跟大家见面呢，主要是可以回答说为什么我个人愿意这个受邀来参加这一次访台的行程。那另外也很乐意回答这个未来台北市跟布拉格市之间2个姐妹市之间的关系，还有市政合作上面的机会跟计划。那我想在这个疫情消散之后呢，我们2个市之间的这个交流会越来越频繁。那我们也非常期待跟台北来交流众多领域上的知识，包括像是智慧城市、环保交通、永续性发展等等。那也很乐意分享我们布拉格的经验。
Thank you very much for your words. Yes, please.
Well, this week was a very, very busy week. We had a lot of meetings with the representatives of your country. However, I would like to point out maybe some of them. And one was with the meeting with the representatives of China Airlines. We were informed that they are very interested in operating a direct line from Taipei to Prague as soon as the COVID-19 situation is over, and they will be able to get enough long-range aircrafts to operate the line.
Excellent.
那这次我们这个礼拜在台湾的行程非常的满，非常的忙碌，跟很多台湾各界见面。不过其中有几个行程我想要特别点出跟大家分享，其中一个就是跟华航代表的见面。那我们也很高兴得知说华航这边有高度的兴趣要来达成这个台湾跟台北跟布拉格之间的直航航班，特别是在这个疫情结束之后。
I had also visited the Taipei Zoo, and I have seen the pair of pangolins that are going to Prague for their stay there. We will welcome them very much, and I'm really glad that Taipei City is keeping its promises in this matter, and I think it will be something out of our cooperation that the people could directly see.
Excellent, great.
那第二个呢，是我们有去木栅动物园，在那边看到了穿山甲，那也很高兴说这个穿山甲之后呢，会来到我们布拉格市，我们是非常的欢迎这样子的一个交流活动。那也非常高兴说台北市政府信守了这样的承诺，我觉得这是一个非常好的交流，因为是可以让人民有直接感受的。
The Taipei City and the zoo is doing their best to make it as fast as possible. However, as I emphasized in the interview with them, I emphasized the fact that the speed is not the key here. We would like to be this action to be successful, to allow the pangolins to be able to breed in Prague. So the speed is not really the key factor here. The success is the key factor.
那么在跟这个台北市动物园洽谈这个合作的时候，他们有承诺说会尽快来促成这一次的这个穿山甲来布拉格的计划，但是我有跟他们强调说，速度并不是重点，主要是希望最后可以成功让让2只穿山甲在布拉格可以繁衍后代。
We had also visited the ITRI Institute, the Research Institute of Taiwan, I know they have branches all over the world, so I will try to. We didn't have enough time, but however, I will try to discuss the possibility of opening a branch of ITRI in Prague. I think that would be a really great opportunity for the research, to match the research potential of our two countries, and it will promote also the future cooperation in a technological field. We will see if this will be possible.
那另外一个行程重点是我们有去工研院。那我知道台湾工研院在世界各地有很多个分点。那这一次没有办法跟他们直接讨论到，但是其实非常的希望说之后工研院可以也来布拉格设一个点。我想这样子可以是一个促成台捷之间科技合作，还有激发我们两方研发潜能的一个非常好的方式。
So we have signed the Sister Cities Agreement. We said that there is a potential for cooperation, not just in a technological way and in the zoo area, but also in the field of culture. So I'm very happy to announce two very important cultural exchanges that will happen between Prague and Taipei during the next year.
Excellent.
那么在这个签姐妹市协议的时候呢，我也有提到说，其实我们台湾跟应该是说布拉格跟台北市，或者是说台湾跟解放之间，我们的合作潜能是非常无限的，不仅限于科技，还有在动物上面的交流，其实文化也是一大重点，所以也很高兴要跟大家介绍，明年我们主要会有2个重要的文化交流。
The first one is the exhibition, a very unique exhibition of Alphonse Mucha's artworks, Timeless Mucha, The Magic of Line, which will take place in summer the next year in National Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall.
那么首先第一个是非常特别的一个特展，是木下的特展，会明年在这个中正纪念堂这边举行，在夏天的时候。
The exhibition is organized by the Mucha Foundation and UDN Fun Life from the United Daily News. The exhibition presents some 250 artworks, including items from Alphonse Mucha's personal art collection and original Mucha works that have never been seen before, as well as works by artists all over the world who were subsequently inspired by Mucha's artistic achievement.
那么这是一个非常特别的展览，而且到时候展品会非常的丰富，有超过250件作品，其中还包括了一些之前大家没有看过的私人收藏。那另外的话，还有一些其他世界各地这个艺术家因为受到木下启发所做的这个创作。
So this exhibition will be also an artistic dialogue between generations and cultures, because the work of Alphonse Mucha had inspired artists and illustrators all over the world.
那这个活动到时候会有这个木下基金会跟 UDN Fun Life 来共同举行。那其实是一个非常特别的活动，因为我们都知道木下对于世界各地的这个艺术家启发甚多。
Among the highlights are over 50 original Mucha drawings, many of which have never been exhibited prior to this tour.
那其中有50件木下的原作是这个展览之前从来没有展出过的。
The last exhibition of Mucha in Taiwan in 2011 have attracted over 280,000 visitors. So I believe that this exhibition will be even more successful.
那我知道木下的作品在台湾非常的受欢迎。上一次2011年台湾展出这个木下展的时候，总共来了这个28万人次。那所以我想下一次这个展览一定也是非常的成功的。
The second cultural exchange I would like to announce here is very, very symbolical, because
那接下来我要宣布的这另外一个合作活动也是非常具有高度代表性。
This week we had attended a ceremony of awarding the medal in memorial to the deceased President of the Senate, Jaroslav Kubera.
那因为大家应该知道，我们此次来台的时候，其中一个行程是这个代表科加洛前议长接受这个赠勋。
The ceremony started with a symphonical introduction by your oldest national orchestra in Taiwan.
那在这个赠勋典礼之前呢，由这个国立台湾交响乐团这个最老的这个乐团来演出音乐。
This was very symbolic because it reminded us that in the chain of events, a very important role was played by the Prague Philharmonic.
那我想这是一个非常具有代表性的举动，因为这也提醒我们在这一连串的安排跟活动之中，布拉格交响乐团所扮演的重要角色。
Because it was their personal courage and their rejectment of the variety of the communist anti-charta by the members of the Prague Philharmonia.
那这里呢，是因为我必须要点出我这个布拉格爱乐团他们非常有勇气的来起身来反抗这个共产党对他们的威胁。
They decided to keep their values instead of the economical benefits.
而且他们不惜为了捍卫自己的价值而牺牲经济上面的利益。
So I'm very happy that I've got the director of Prague Philharmonia here, who will announce the tour of Prague Philharmonia in Asia and especially in Taiwan.
所以我接下来非常荣幸要介绍我们布拉格爱乐总监 Katerina Kolistova 来跟大家介绍接下来他们在亚洲还有在台湾的演出计划。
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to announce now that Prague Philharmonia will come to Taiwan next year in October. I believe that the Prague Philharmonia will prove its virtuosity, resulting from its youth energy and characteristic sound built during 11 years of close collaboration with Maestro Jiří Bělohlávek, its founder and first chief conductor.
好，那在这边呢，首先跟大家说早安。那这边非常高兴跟荣幸可以来跟各位宣布，我们布拉格爱乐团明年10月将会来台湾演出。那我们也非常期待透过这次的这个演出来向各位展示我们过去11年来这个年轻的乐团所累积跟激发出来的活力和精彩。
Taiwanese audience can hear us in Kaohsiung, 8th October, Taichung, 9th October, with Mia Wang as a soloist, Taipei, 10th October, and regarding program, we will play, for example, Barted Bright Overture from Bedřich Smetana or Dvořák's from the New World Symphony, and the orchestra is really looking forward to be here in Taiwan. Thank you very much for your attention.
那在这边很高兴跟各位宣布，我们明年将会10月8号的时候在高雄演出，10月9号在台中，10月10号到台北来演出。那其中会有很多的这个跟其他艺术家的合作。那另外演出的乐曲当中也包含了德弗扎克的作品。那我们乐团非常期待此行，谢谢。
Great, thank you very much. I don't know, we ready to open the questions maybe too? 那我们接下来接受这个媒体的这个提问哦。那好，我们有没有媒体的提问想要问布拉格贺市长的？来，请举手好吗？有没有？好，来，那个是三立的慧琪吗？来，慧琪请来。
发言人好，市长好。
要不要站起来一下，让我们看到？可以吗？方便吗？谢谢。
市长好。
早安，早安。
我就用中文问了。是，那我想要请教一下市长，因为市长多年以来一直对台湾展现支持，那再加上说跟台北缔结为姐妹市，那么也因为不认同一中原则，所以跟北京还有上海的姐妹市的关系就被解除了。那这部分我想请问一下市长，有没有从来就是感受到说来自中国的威胁？谢谢。
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. I would like to ask you that as a longtime supporter of Taiwan, and and especially in your tenure as the mayor, you ended the sister city agreement with Beijing because you did not agree with the One China policy, and in the end, Shanghai also ended its sister city relations with you. So I would like to ask you that: have you ever been subjected to Beijing's pressure because of these stances and positions? Thank you.
Well, we had suffered some minor problems due to the fact that we ended the partnership with Beijing. There appeared to be a network of journalists and politicians funded by a company with their market interests in China.
那么确实，我们是因为这个结束跟北京的伙伴关系这个举动有遇到了一些小小的问题。不过我要强调，其实这个当初跟北京所建立的这个伙伴关系，它主要是由这个为中国市场还有他们的经济利益导向所服务的这个政治人物还有记者所发起的一个伙伴关系。
And also, there are obviously problems that were caused by the fact that China deliberately canceled the already arranged tour for Prague Philharmonia and other Prague orchestras.
那另外呢，我们也有看到中国这边就故意取消了本来都已经这个预定好要举行的这个布拉格爱乐团到中国的这个巡回演出计划，还有其他交响乐团的演出计划。
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Do you have more questions? Yes. Okay. Well, there's many hands. Okay. How about you first, and then 然后完以后后面来一起来。可以，去帮我们说一下你的名字跟那个，谢谢。
Hi, my name is Sarah from CTS News, and I have a couple questions for you. What are your proudest about your city, Prague? Can you tell us something about it? And also that between Taipei and Prague, what can we learn from each other? And even with like Taiwan and Czech, what can we learn from each other? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I said it already in 2005 when I returned from Taiwan to Czech Republic. I said to my friends, I told them that one thing could the Czechs definitely learn from Taiwanese, and it's the hospitality.
那么其实我在2015年这个从台湾返回捷克的时候，我就有跟我的朋友说过，我觉得捷克人绝对可以从台湾人身上学到的一点就是热忱。
However, I still believe that Taiwan is a very good partner for Czech Republic, also in the field of the technological innovations. For example, in terms of the city management, it's about topics like the smart city.
那当然，除此之外，还有其他可以建立伙伴关系跟交流的地方，比如像是在科技还有创新上面。其中举个例子，比方说这个市政管理，像智慧城市就是一个很好的主题。
There's a numerous topic that we are communicating about with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that we would like to run a pilot project in Prague.
那另外呢，我们当然也已经有在跟这个台湾这边外交部讨论几项这个重点这个先行计划，在不同领域上面的先行计划。
Well, the possibilities that we had listed are, for example, the city sensors and detectors in general, the biodynamic lighting of school classrooms, and new equipment for hardware labs, the solar power and battery storage in schools, or parking occupancy monitoring. Some of those areas were also discussed or presented during our visit in the ITRI Institute.
那所以在这个其中跟布拉格可能会举行先行计划这个讨论的领域中，比方说举几个例子，有智慧城市里面的感应器，还有学校里面的自动照明，还有电池系统，还有电脑、笔记型电脑等等。那这个其中有好几项也都我们在工研院参观的时候都有看到。
And sorry, I forgot the first question.
What is your proudest? What are you proudest of Prague?
Well, I'm proud on the people of Prague.
当然是以人民为骄傲。
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, there are many questions, many hands. Okay, 好，来，请这边请这样。刚刚那边还有一位，他先，然后完了以后再你，好吧？来，请。
你好，我是 TVBS 的平，想请教市长，这一次来台湾是不断的受到中国的放话恫吓，那他怎么看来这一趟台湾是不是有感到有相当大的压力
？Mr. Mayor, since your decision to come to Taiwan with this delegation, you have been constantly received threats from China. Have you felt that you were intimidated, and was there a lot of pressure on you?
Okay, before the mayor answers, I know there's a lot of questions related to this. 还有没有其他类似的问题？我们就一次把它问完，好吧？因为我知道这边问题有好多类似这方面的问题，来，我们都举手，好吧？让我看一下有没有类似这样北京的中国的压力，好多，对不对？好多。Okay, we take all the questions about China, Beijing pressure because I know there's a lot of similar questions. We go through all the questions and then we let the mayor to answer once in a comprehensive way. If that is okay, 好吧？我们就把所有相关的问题全部问完。
I'm Joyce from the Voice of America. It looks that you have a fruitful trip here in Taipei, but when you return back in Prague, what awaits you may be China's retaliation, which will be ugly. So, as the mayor of Prague, you had experience with China's retaliation. I read that you once said that China's sanctions were laughable and pathetic. Will they be the same this time around if China again impose sanctions on Prague or on the Czech Republic? And last time I checked, my friend in Czech told me that those sanctions are actually inflicted on the Chinese people because they don't get to appreciate the musical performance of Prague Philharmonics. And also, does China has economic clout in Prague at all?
That's a lot of questions. We allow translation. 有需要翻译吗？还是大家都 OK？Yeah. 有没有简单要很简单的翻译一下就好了，好。
那另外的话，就是同样是针对这个北京压力，其实过去市长已经有感觉到类似的经验了。那您也提过说，您也公开表达过说，其实这种报复行为是非常可笑而且可悲的。那不晓得此次回去之后，面对同样的压力，您会如何回应？那另外也听过，其实您有说过，这样子的报复行为反而是中国人受害，因为他们就没有机会听这个美丽的捷克交响乐团的演出。
Thank you very much. I know there's a lot. Okay, you first, and then you go there. Also, China, Beijing related. 来，请这位是。
喂 ，Hello， 你好，我是德国之声的。然后想请问一下市长，就是请问中国外交部有没有回信，就是跟你们道歉，就是对于威胁的事情。然后第二个就是你们觉得是因为欧盟？还有捷克政府这十几年以来，就是对中国的 appeasement policy， 对中国太软弱，导致中国现在可以对捷克或者是其他欧洲国家这样，就是有霸凌的行为吗？
So, two questions. First of all, did you receive any letter or any statement from the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs apologizing for their threats? And my second question is that do you think it is the appeasement policy of the European Union and the Czech Republic over the past decades that lead to China's decision to point fingers at you?
Okay, thank you. I know there's more question related to China, Beijing. Yeah. Okay, all the hands. Yeah. Shuling, Tokyo News.
Q 的 news。
Q 的 news。
舒林科。我想要请问一下那个捷克政府的一中原则，就是当初布拉格跟北京结束这个姐妹市 是因为一中条款。那这次来访的话，议长也觉得说不违反捷克政府的一中原则，因为他们有自己的解读方式。所以我想要请教市长，就是说可不可以帮我们理解一下捷克政府的一中原则是怎么样来诠释？然后在这个原则底下，台湾跟中国又是什么样子的关系？谢谢。
Jenny? Yes. So my question is. My question is related to the One China principle of the Czech Republic and the Czech government. Can you please elaborate on your exact interpretation of the Czech Republic on its One China principle? Because we know that you previously decided to end sister relations with Beijing exactly because of the One China article in that partnership. And also this time we heard from your delegation that this visit is actually not in violation with your One China principle because you are allowed to have your own interpretation. So can you please elaborate on your policy?
Okay, thank you. I know there's more questions about China, Beijing. Okay, we take all the questions. Yes. Okay, 来这边请，然后等一下那边有另外一位。好，来，好来。
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. This is Amber Wang with AFP. My questions: were you directly subject to pressure from China not to join this delegation to Taiwan? And the second question is: Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has said the Czech Senate Speaker will pay a heavy price for visiting Taiwan. What's your comment on that? Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. Yeah, OK， 大家都你就翻中文好了。
两个问题，第一个问题是有没有这个受到中国的压力，要您不要加入此次访台行程。第二个问题是那中国王毅这个部长这边他有提到说，必须此次捷克必须要为这个访台行程付出沉重的代价。您的回应是什么
？Thank you. I know there's more hands. Yeah, there's one over here. 来，后面对，谢谢。
你好，新唐人提问，就是知道市长呢非常力挺台湾，然后坚持自由民主。那您可不可以跟我们谈谈这部分的细节，然后以及您是如何与市民沟通的？那第二个问题是，就是捷克6月份曾在布拉格举行集会，然后抗议亲中共的执政者。那您能谈谈您的观察跟市民为什么会有如此转变？谢谢。
So 2 questions. Mr. Mayor, you are very supportive of Taiwan and you are supportive of the values of freedom and democracy. Can you please share with us some details of such support and how do you communicate with your people in Prague for such positions? Second question is that we've seen protests in Prague this June against pro-Chinese politicians. Can you please share some of your comments on this?
Thank you very much. Okay, all other questions related to China, Beijing, 来 please. Okay. 来，请这位。
市长你好，台视新闻记者陈曙强，跟你请教一下，因为其实日前议长在说了一句"我是台湾人"这句话，其实引起了台湾非常大的回响，但当然也引起了中国很大的一个压力。那因为您是对台湾非常友善的一个市长，那您是不是会也能够类似做，可能外界也可能会不会也对您有同样的期待，做同样的表态？谢谢。
Mr. Mayor, during this trip, the Senate President became very famous because of his statement that I am Taiwanese, which we were very thrilled to hear. But we can imagine that this has caused a lot of pressure from the Chinese side on him. And as another high-profile key supporter of Taiwan, do you think that you will be expected to do the same statement?
Okay, 好，谢谢。More questions about China, Beijing, or we have picked? Okay, all right. Okay, I think that's already a lot of questions. 来，让我们让我们的那个市长来慢慢回。Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Okay, I will try to go through the answers. Well, first of all, regarding the pro-China politicians in Czech Republic and the China influence on Czech Republic. Well, there was a lot of promises of China investments roughly around the year 2030, 2014 maybe, and the next years. However, all those promises turned to be not fulfilled. Only a fraction of the Chinese investments were actually done in Czech Republic, and there were merely not investments but rather acquisitions of already existing companies like breweries or even sports clubs. So they were not creating new job opportunities, no know-how transfer, These were just simply acquisitions. So I believe that at this moment, with the coronavirus crisis and also the fact that the Chinese growth is actually slowing down, I think it's pretty obvious that if the investments haven't happened so far, they will not happen in the future. So, in fact, I've got here some analysis of the economical impact, and so the Czech analysts say that the total cut-off from China is highly improbable, and it would lead to weakening the Czech GDP by 1%. Media representation of the possible economic impacts might be worse than the reality, because the perception of Chinese influence in the Central Europe might be overvaluated. Size of the bilateral economic cooperation is relatively small. China represents only 0.42% of all foreign investments in the Czech Republic. The Czech export to China represents 1.5% of total Czech export, and the Czech export to China has stagnated since 2017. So I really do not think that the economical impact is the leading problem here. Regarding the question about
Shall I translate from here?
Yes.
Yeah. 好，那首先呢，针对这个捷克的亲中政治人物，还有这个中国对于捷克的影响，我先回答这两个方面。那首先我们知道，这个中国承诺在2013到14还有15年的时候，承诺要对捷克有大幅的投资，但是最后我们看到这些投资承诺都没有实现，只有非常片面少数的有落实，而且这所谓的落实都是以并购的方式并购这个现有本来就存在的公司，所以并没有任何这个比方说像是足球俱乐部啊等等，所以并没有任何这种技术上面的转移，还有投资上面的互惠互利共享。那特别又是现在在这个疫情非常严重的时候，我们想，那另外我们也看到中国的这个经济成长不断的在下滑，所以我可以蛮肯定的表示，这些投资承诺在近期未来之内大概也不会落实。那其实我今天有在我手边有带了一份这个由捷克的分析师所分析的这个中国对捷克的经济影响。那从里面我可以摘录一些来跟大家分享。其中就有讲到说，其实因为所谓中国投资这个捷克的媒体生态其实是越来越差的，而且这所谓中国对捷的投资，它的这个效益其实是完全被高估的。那而且总体来说，这个中国可以对捷克的 GDP 所造成的影响是不到1%。那另外，中国在这个所有在捷克的外资投资当中，只占了不到0.42%，是非常低的一个比例。那另外，捷克对中国的出口也只有1.5%，而且在2017年之后也不断的下滑。所以我们都可以看到，以实际数字来看的话，其实这个经济上面中国对捷克的影响真的并不是我们跟中国之间关系的主要影响因素。
Regarding the support message of Miloš Vystrčil, I would like to point out that I am actually a Taipei citizen because I have received the honorary citizenship during my last visit, and the certificate is hanging in my office. So if I would say I'm a Taipei citizen, it would be not a political support message, it would be rather a description of the reality.
那另外刚才有提到这个参议长他的这个我是台湾人宣言，那在这边我要跟大家说，其实我本人也是台北市荣誉市民，因为我上一次访台的时候就已经有得到这个荣誉市民的这个证明，而且我还把它挂在我的办公室里。所以如果我今天站出来跟大家说我是台北市民的话，这不仅是个宣言，还是一个事实。
There was a question about personal threats to me to not joining the delegation. Well, as my participation in the delegation has been announced on the last moment, there was no time for such threats.
那另外针对这个是否有受到中国威胁，我不要加入此次访台的代表团呢？因为我加入的这个讯息是在最后一刻才宣布的，所以并没有这样的这个问题。
However, I think that the personal threats against the President of the Senate, Miloš Vystrčil, about the heavy price he has to pay, they are completely unacceptable, and I'm very glad that there are other European countries who also feel it the same way, namely the President of Slovakia and also the representatives of Germany and France.
那但是说到这个威胁的部分，特别是针对这个参议长的中国这边说要他付出沉重的代价，我觉得这样子的威胁是完全不能接受的。那也非常的开心可以看到说有其他的欧洲国家也跟我们感同身受，包括了像是斯洛伐克的总统，还有这个德国的这个外长等等。
Well, after all, as I have told the president at the meeting this week, when we were here the last time,our meeting with her, with me and the rest of the Prague delegation was very, very inspirational.
那这一次来台湾跟蔡总统见面的时候，我有跟他提到说，上一次我们布拉格团来到台湾，跟他见面的时候，收获启发。
This time, the delegation is not just from Prague. There are senators with constituencies all over the country.
那但是这一次呢，我们就看到来台湾的这个捷克代表团，不只有布拉格的成员，还有这个捷克国会里面来自各区的这个议员代表。
So it's no more just Prague, and I believe that that this visit could be also inspiration for other countries in the EU.
那所以就可以看到这个对台的支持，现在不仅限于布拉格而已。那我也相信这一次来台的访问活动将会后续启发许多其他的欧洲国家。
Regarding the One China principle question that has been asked, Czech Republic does not fit to the One China principle, or rather One China policy, and there is a difference because the policy is something that is much more flexible, and by the way, we haven't never said what does that mean, so I think we definitely can visit who we want to visit, and it's not a problem or in conflict with anything.
那另外，刚才有记者朋友提到这个一中原则的问题，容我在这边澄清哦。其实我们捷克政府所拥有的是一中政策，一中政策跟原则之间有非常显著的不同，非常的重要。因为政策它所反映的是这其中有许多的弹性所在。那所以在我们的这个一中政策之下，其实我们是有我们自己的诠释的权利，而且我们可以决定我们要与谁见面。
Well, and there was this answer. If I have received the answer to the apologies, the apologies from China, I believe that this question refers to the letter that appeared in the media, that is signed by Pavel Novotny, who is district mayor in Prague. Prague has got 57 districts. The district of Řeporyje, which is the district of the district mayor Pavel Novotny, is rather a smaller one. Among those, however, district mayor Pavel Novotny is definitely not like his other colleagues. He is very specific.
那另外这个刚才有提到说是否有接获这个中国的这个道歉呢？我想您这个问题应该是指这个我们这个 Provic 区长沃特尼区长他的这个相关的信，在媒体上面您所看到。但是我要在这边强调，我们布拉格有非常多的区，那他所代表这个区是其实是比较小的一个，而且他算是比较特别的一个政治人物。
So I don't know if he received an answer.
那我不知道他这边有没有收到中方的回信。
We want to thank you very much to Mr. Mayor for his time. Due to constraint of time, and he has another schedule, I want to thank you. No, sorry, he really has to go. So all this answer, we have to wait until his next visit to Taiwan, right? So right now, thank you very much. 不好意思，他时间非常赶，他要赶下一个行程。我们还有其他问题，就可能下次访谈来讲，因为市长他要迟到了，所以不好意思。Thank you so much to our mayor. We welcome you next time. And then thank you so very much for your participation this morning at the press conference. Thank you. 谢谢大家今天参加记者会，谢谢。